Life is beautiful.
It's the National Football League on EA Sports. And if it's in the game, it's in the game. It's the Niners and the Vikings. And it's kicking off next on Madden NFL 24.
Spread between 4th and 6th Streets in downtown Minneapolis. We welcome you inside spacious U.S. Bank Stadium. Today we've got an NFC matchup on tap, as it'll be the San Francisco 49ers taking on the Minnesota Vikings. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and Charles, kickoff moments away. Quickly, what are you watching in this one?
The offensive line for both teams, because both teams have a terrific pass rush. They've got to keep their passers upright. If they have a chance to do that, they can both thrive on offense and move the ball downfield.
Here's the Australian-born punter Mitch Wishnowsky to get things going. And we are underway from downtown Minneapolis. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. So here's the Viking offense making their way out. And they will be led out by their rookie quarterback.
I tell you what, when he is on schedule for that week, secondaries take notice because you've got to stay alert back there on every snap. A truly powerful arm, one is capable of challenging any level of the defense on any given play. That's why so many scouts preach arm talent when preparing for the NFL draft. A quarterback with arm strength to make every throw in the book, he's an asset to have in any offense.
They find some open field here. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. This drive starting off on the right foot, 18 yards. Well, there you go. This offense off to a strong start this afternoon.
Yeah, with a big run and a first down. That's putting what you practice into play. That's excellent execution to get things started.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Well, I think after that run, the defense is getting back in the huddle and looking at each other and maybe starting to question their confidence a bit. They gave up a significant run, 6 yards, and now you're saying to yourself, how do we stop them, and do I have enough confidence to make a play?
And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. 8 yards that time, able to take off, and the result is a first down. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Going underneath, he's got Hawkinson. So the completion good for 6 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. Back to throw. McCarthy finds his man. There's Jordan Addison. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers 17-yard line. A gain there of 21 yards. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Off play action. McCarthy sliding out of the pocket. There's Addison. Touchdown, Vikings. From 17 yards out. And the Vikings get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Showed some of his improv skills there, getting flushed out of the pocket but still able to make the throw for the score.
So that means he's not a method actor?
No.
Because with the improv means break character when you need to. And in the NFL, when you have those guys chasing you, sometimes you have to break character in a big way. But I love the fact that he stayed downfield, kept his eyes up, and made the play. How many rookies do that well?
Extra point splits the uprights, and it's now a 7-0 game. That time a 6-play drive.
And Jordan Addison capped it off with a touchdown catch.
Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings move it away. Running room at the 50. Look out. And he's going to take this all the way down inside the 40.
Well, you gave up the first touchdown of the game, but how about the response? Big-time return. Now it's their chance to try and put points on the board.
So here are the 49ers and their offense in great field position already. And they will be led out by their second-year quarterback.
And there's a word that constantly gets thrown around with this guy when you talk to anyone in the building. Potential. They are sky high on what they believe he can grow into in the role of a starting quarterback. In addition, there are plenty around the league who think that as well. And years from still be leading this offense out.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. McCaffrey running up the middle. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter.
Purdy.
Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
And that was just absolute perfect man coverage. Nowhere for them to go with the football. Led to a sack. And that's really difficult to do in today's NFL with all these gazelles running around that you're trying to cover in the secondary.
3rd and 19. Throwing here, Purdy.
And he'll dump this off to his running back, McCaffrey. And he'll be taken down well before the first at about the 36-yard line. That's a gain of 11, but they're still well short. It's 4th down.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a 4th down?
So Purdy off and Moody on for the 49er field goal.
And quite a bit of pizza in this box. It's a 53-yard attempt. And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3.
So both teams come away with points on their opening drives. Now they still trail. They answered the touchdown with a field goal, but at least able to break that goose egg here early.
And that is what's important, right? Because they didn't let that initial touchdown go unanswered. Took the ball themselves, moved it downfield, and put it through the post for 3 points. Game on.
And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line.
And the Vikings taking the field here for their second drive of the game. And that last touchdown drive they had very balanced. How key is that balance?
It's huge because most of the time when we talk about balance is run, pass, almost 50-50. But most of the times when you talk to offensive coaches, they say balance is we do what we want when we want to. And that means that they're ahead of the defense, keeping them on their heels.
Yeah, they imposed their will on that last drive. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 12 yards there, 1st down Vikings.
That was good, tough running right up the middle. And if the defense can't penetrate and make him slow his pace or change direction, that's often the end result.
They go play action here on 1st down.
That's complete to Justin Jefferson.
And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 36. And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. Second quarter now from Minnesota. It's the Vikings in possession of the football. So following the sack, they'll try to change their fortune here on 2nd and 13.
Quickly to Addison here.
He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. He had the touchdown on the opening drive. Now he's got a first down. Looking to throw. McCarthy steps away to his left. He gets away from one. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. 22 yards.
And the Vikings are able to stretch out their lead.
This is a great decision right here. Out of the pocket to his left, and he knows if he waits too long, the defense is going to be all over. So he makes a decision to go and wins the race to the pylon.
Now for the point after. And this one's right through to make it a 14-3 ball game. A drive that time of 6 plays. And a pretty good run there in the end to top it off. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
From his end zone, here's Trent Taylor. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
The drive begins with a run by McCaffrey.
And a short pickup to about the 27. It'll be 2nd down.
Defenses always talk about earning the right to rush the passer on 3rd down. And you know what offenses want? Win 1st down so they can set things up for themselves better.
And that wasn't helpful there. Not a big impact on 1st down.
And he'll take this up to the 30, a gain of 4. They'll come up now 3rd and 3. Purdy from the gun. He'll get this out right here to McCaffrey.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 13 yards there and a Niner first.
Yeah, these are the types of plays they're going to need to hit on if they're going to get back into this game. It hasn't been the greatest of first halves, but this is a nice throw here on 3rd down, and they keep the drive going.
No room to be had there on the 1st down run as he's lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage. He can rack up those tackles in bunches in the run game from that middle linebacker spot.
And what he has to do is make sure he congratulates the guys in front and tells them thanks a lot, because as the guy in the middle, the Mike linebacker, you're counting on your front 3, your front 4, your front 5, whatever you've got in front of you to take up all the blocking, allow you to roam and hit. And that's what he did on that play.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think they had 3 tight ends in on that set.
And these guys are punching really well. I use boxing analogies a lot. A lot of coaches have told me that when you line up to run the football, it's 10 fistfights along the line of scrimmage, right? You've got to win your share. These 3 tight ends, they almost always win their fistfights.
And they run the option on 2nd down.
And holding it may be the wrong decision as he stopped in the backfield. A long way to go here on 3rd down for the 8th play of the drive.
Now Purdy.
Connects with Kittle underneath. Only able to gain a couple there, and that's going to make it 4th down.
Excellent job there defensively. Gave up the underneath to the tight end on 3rd down, and they made sure that they did their job. Got him on the ground and prevented him picking up a 1st down.
So on 4th down, here's the Australia native Mitch Wishnowsky to punt this one away.
Brandon Powell deep for Minnesota.
Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. A good balance attack for that last touchdown drive they had. Now it's time to see if they can do that again.
And it really becomes a tale of 2 play callers, doesn't it? The offensive guy, he's in sync. Everything is working pretty well. For the defensive
What's going on the defensive side?
That's a tough one because he's prepped all week as well, and he can't get a bead on exactly what they're doing right now. What he needs is one of his guys just to make the big play and disrupt things.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Back to throw. McCarthy, he'll find Jones again, complete. 2 yards on the pickup there, and it's 2nd down. Off the play fake. McCarthy completes it to the fullback hand. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And now it's 3rd and 3. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. Off play action. McCarthy. Out route to Jefferson, and he's got it. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. And now on 4th and 1, it's a fake. And the gamble pays off. They get the first. Defensively, a bit of a collapse, allowing the 4th down play to result in 23 yards. Throwing on 1st down. McCarthy, right side, it's the tight end, Hockenson. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Now Jones. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 6. 2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. And he gets halfway there from the 6 to the 3 on a gain of 3. The Vikings going to use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. And that is incomplete, but a penalty flag coming in. This could be a first down. Trying to defend the out route there, got the PI call.
And you know what's difficult about that one is sometimes you want to make the undercut move and go for the football, and other times you just want to hang on the upfield shoulder and make the tackle. I think he got caught in between and created a foul.
Buying time to his left. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Well, no surprise there. He was looking for one of his favorite targets again as soon as he left the pocket. But the coverage was good downfield. They got right to the receiver and helped prevent that completion.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. McCarthy to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
All right, Captain. It's batten down the hatches time defensively. Dodged 2 pass attempts to the end zone. Now what do you think they're going to try and dial up on 3rd and goal?
Well, knowing them and knowing what we just seen, I think they're throwing it again, don't you?
I think you have to. I think in this situation, you kind of run out of your running plays, fire another one into the end zone.
So it's been a long drive. They've held the ball for quite a while. Now what do you do here?
Well, to me, at this stage, after this drive, this close to the goal line, 3 points would be a letdown. I'm going for it here.
And his kick is indeed good.
So 3 points on the board, as easy a field goal as you're going to get, but I can see you shaking your head.
I love that peripheral vision of yours, partner, because to me, if it's the 4th quarter and you're up 6, I get it. But now, even if you run and don't get in, you're still setting them up to go a long field, 98, 99-yard drive. How do you look at your defense and not give them that opportunity?
So we have come to halftime in what's already a 2-touchdown game. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our... We now proceed to the start of the second half. And we welcome you back now alongside Charles Davis on Brandon Gunn, getting set for quarter number 3 here. 17-3 the score as we resume action for the second half on EA Sports. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The 49er offense set to go to begin quarter number 3. And they're still very much in this game, although they do trail. What's the game plan, Charles, for the second half?
It might be a little counterintuitive because most people will think losing equals passing the ball more, but I'd establish the running game. They kind of went away from it in the first half. I think if they get back in balance, it'll help them when they put the ball back in the air.
Throwing on second down, it's Purdy. Open man is Juwan Jennings.
He was held without a catch in the first half, but he's got one here, and he also picks up a first down. Up the gut, McCaffrey.
And he'll get what he can up the middle, 3 yards. That'll bring up second down.
It may be only a gain of 3 yards, but that back, he deserves a lot more credit on the play. That could have easily been stopped at the line, but his vision and his determination found some space to turn it into that modest gain.
Now Purdy with a throw that's caught by Samuel.
And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 39. A good pickup there, a 22. So again from the 39, this time from the other side of the field. Here's 1st and 10.
Here's Purdy.
Got a man right side, it's McCaffrey. Touchdown, 49ers.
Christian McCaffrey.
39 yards.
And the 49ers are back within a score.
That's a score you felt they had to have here in the third quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there's an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard and you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
Moody good with the extra point.
And that slices the lead down to 17-10.
Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. This taken in at the goal line. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line.
It's the Vikings' turn on offense. We get ready for their first possession of the second half.
But Charles, they still have the lead despite their defense giving up a touchdown on the previous possession. And even though they have that lead, it feels like a back-and-forth ball game where to try to get momentum back, maybe they need at least 3 here on this drive.
I think you're right about that, Brandon, because your game plan doesn't change. I do believe your urgency does because of the last score that went against your team. So what you want to do now is have your own drive and try and make sure that that momentum stays in your camp.
Looking to throw. McCarthy. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
And that's a really good job there defensively. They went into this possession knowing that they needed to get a stop. They're in a tight ball game, and they got it done. Great work to force the 3 and out. Got the football right back for their offense. They've got to go to the sidelines feeling pretty good about themselves and encouraging their offensive mates to get some points.
So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Niners will go on offense. 1st and 10. They start on the ground with McCaffrey. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
He's been quiet today in the passing game, just his 2nd catch.
Yeah, people have to come up with schemes to limit him, and what a lot of teams do, they'll double him, use a linebacker underneath, a safety over the top. Sometimes they'll just take a corner, maybe they'll throw a corner if he's a bigger guy, and put him on a man-to-man to try to limit his touches. Just keep mixing it up, give him different angles, different looks, like a good boxer does. Just a simple run play there on 3rd and 1, but this D was up to the challenge and stopped him, bringing up 4th down.
Here comes the 49ers punter now, as he'll come on to kick this one away. 44-yard punt, return of 9. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. And the Vikings now heading onto the field. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot. You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
From the 35, here's 2nd and 3.
Off the play fake. McCarthy.
Oh, into a sea of defenders and intercepted.
Picked up by Charvarius Ward. And a great return as he gets this all the way down close to the 30-yard line.
Well, this is something we've seen before, partner. We've seen a defense bait a rookie, pretend to leave a window open, and then the defensive back jumped it as soon as the ball was released. Big-time play. They love taking advantage of the youngsters, and in this case, it paid off well.
They run on first down, but it only produces a gain of 2. It's 2nd down now. He really hasn't been able to get on track running the football, averaging less than 4 yards a carry.
Yeah, I think that they're going to enjoy the film session because all the defenders are filling their proper gaps on just about every play.
And he is going to be taken down. And that should be the final play of this 3rd quarter. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down plays. And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. This offense so far on 3rd down, they've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be a tough 3rd and 18.
That's complete. It's Brandon Ayuk. And he is going to have a Niners first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
From the shotgun to McCaffrey. And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1.
From the 20, here's a 2nd down and 9.
Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. It's a 4-yard pickup there, and it leaves him with 3rd and 5.
No, that wasn't an explosive run. That wasn't one that took it all the way to the house. But, boy, for a team that's had trouble running it the entire game, that's the kind of run they need, hopefully, to get themselves kick-started.
He's got his target. That's complete. And the 49ers are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
And, Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots. And
touchdown 49ers!
Cameron Latu from 8 yards out. And the 49ers are an extra point away from tying this game here in the 4th.
A good tight end is a heck of a weapon for any quarterback, especially when you're able to create some mismatches. Sometimes they work against a linebacker, sometimes they work against a smaller defensive back. But when they find it, they go to it, and it often results in touchdowns.
Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And an important one that is, as we are all tied now early in this 4th quarter.
Now this one setting up for a great finish. All tied in the 4th as the kick's away. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
The Vikings offense now, they get ready to head back on the field.
Well, they just gave up the score to tie it. That's the bad news. The good news, plenty of time in this 4th quarter to try to grab that lead back.
Flushed out right.
This one brought in by Jefferson.
And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a 1st down. Back to throw. McCarthy.
And this one right back into the hands of Jefferson.
Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Off-play action. McCarthy going underneath. He's got Hawkinson, and he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And now 1 yard to go on 3rd down. They'll try and run for it with Jones. And he's got the 1st down yardage as he brings this up to the 47. Well, they gave themselves options there on the 3rd down play and were able to convert on that RPO.
Shows a lot of trust with the guy taking the snap, doesn't it? Because you're counting on him to make the right reads and give the ball where it's supposed to go. And he did on that play.
They'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. They got 29 yards that time.
Well, that's now 4 completions in a row. A good bounce back following the interception last drive.
Certainly not letting it affect him, that's for sure. And we all know interceptions are going to happen. So the big trick, don't let it affect you going forward. Most of the good quarterbacks, they just tell the ball boy, get that one out of the rotation, give me a fresh ball, and let's go. He's got his offense moving again.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
I know he was trying to get the completion downfield, but the way this game has gone, with a few of the runs he's made along the way, he should have kept the ball and taken it with his feet downfield. That's the big play that shreds the defense. Instead, he thought to himself, I'm a quarterback, I've got to throw it. He bailed out the defense with that incompletion.
Maybe I'm wrong, but it looked like even if he had opted to keep that, I don't think there was going to be much to gain.
Seemed like it was perfectly defense. You know what they say? Those guys on the other side, they get paid too.
Throw left side, taken in by Jefferson.
And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. And his kick is good. And they have taken the lead here in the final 2 minutes. So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. So Purdy and the Niners
down 20-17. A minute 50 to play. How will this thing pan out? We'll watch as they come up on first down.
Purdy to throw.
And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Work with me, partner. Take a deep breath, because that's what they're doing down the field now. That incompletion allowed them to exhale a little bit. Get in the huddle, kind of scan the crowd, see if any celebrities are here. Relax a little bit as they start this big drive.
Purdy. That ball caught. Brandon Ayuk.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
Purdy to throw. Throws the out route and completes it to Samuel. And he is going to get out of bounds with the first down. So that's going to double their pleasure for sure. They get the first and save a timeout. Here's Purdy. And returns it right back to Samuel.
And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10.
All 3 timeouts still at their disposal. Here's 1st and 10 now. Here's Purdy to throw.
And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game.
Here comes 2nd down. Throwing, Purdy.
This pass to Jennings, and he makes the catch.
Brandon, it's okay what they're doing right now. Still able to work the middle of the field, but you know sooner or later they're going to have to stop the clock.
The sound reverberating here in the dome. This is 3rd down. To throw is Purdy.
And this is caught. Touchdown. And they've taken the lead here in the final minute.
So the second half comeback is now complete. They have battled from behind, taken the lead, and CD now, they just need their defense to stand up here and secure the victory.
And remember, they were trailing by double digits, fought their way back into this one. Now we find out the true definition of a team, don't we? Because one side of the ball just did its job. Now it's time for the other one to take over. Don't let them drive downfield and get the deciding score in what time remains.
So now it's the Vikings' turn. Trailing by 4, 34 seconds to go. They've got to travel the full 75 yards, and time is obviously a huge factor here. 1st and 10.
And he's into the hands of Hockenson downfield.
And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds.
From talking with defensive backs and their coaches over the years, they hate to see 4 guys in a route like this because the safeties are often occupied. It creates indecision. They're unsure about who goes with who. And the quarterback, he just reads the most vulnerable safety and takes advantage of it for a big play here.
They'll try again here. 2nd and 10.
They'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete with a clock showing 18 seconds now to go.
Well, you know they're going to look his way in the 2-minute drill, but that time he was blanketed, and they forced the incompletion. May need some teammates to step up in this spot.
Flush to his right. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Nowhere to go downfield, but he's able to get out of bounds and stop the clock here with a first down. Back to throw. Incomplete, and we're down to 8 seconds now.
A lot of practice time, a lot of thinking goes into 2-minute drills, even on the defensive side. So now you want to make sure the guys understand. Continue to be aggressive, but make sure you're smart in doing so.
Complete. Jefferson to target.
Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. One final shot. They'll look to throw.
This ball intercepted. Isaac Yider in there to pick it. And the 49ers come up with a late turnover, but it will probably only matter to the statisticians as this ball game is now officially over.
So the game will continue for at least one more play.
Cannot finish a game on a defensive penalty. That's why they get one more untimed attempt.
Here we go. Make a play here. Take it to him.
Back to throw. Touchdown, Vikings. Josh Oliver finding the end zone on the game's final play. And the Vikings answer back with a touchdown of their own to take a fourth-quarter lead.
What a ball game this was. What an atmosphere this was. And the home team getting the late touchdown, getting the victory, and now everybody in this building can file away with smiles on their faces.
And what do real estate people tell us all the time? It's location, location, location. So being at home, that can be a big deal because remember, they were down to a final chance to retake the lead. That home field advantage, I think it helped fuel all of what happened for them down this stretch. A huge win.
So that'll do it. For my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry, I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. It's a win for the Vikings as we say so long from Minneapolis.